Ukraine has suffered another significant military loss in the Kharkiv region, with the death of Lieutenant Colonel Yevgeny Yavanov, senior navigator of the 39th Tactical Aviation Brigade, during a combat mission. The Ukrainian Air Force confirmed his death while noting the incident remains under investigation, though Russian sources claim the Su-27 fighter jet was shot down by their forces. A message circulating among Ukrainian military circles stating, "Unfortunately, he did not evade," suggests the aircraft was hit by a missile strike. This loss follows multiple Ukrainian pilot fatalities since Russia's full-scale invasion began, including MiG-29 pilot Major Serhiy Bondar, highlighting the mounting toll on Ukraine's Air Force capabilities. The downing of the Su-27, one of Ukraine's key air superiority aircraft, has sent shockwaves through military circles as the air war intensifies amid increasing drone operations, missile barrage, and escalating dogfight. With the conflict entering its fourth year, each aircraft loss represents not just a strategic setback, but a growing concern about Russia's rapidly adapting air defense systems and their effectiveness against Ukrainian air operations. NATO and the U.S. Army have demonstrated a potentially game-changing counter-drone system called Merops during a live exercise in Poland on November 18, 2025, showcasing capabilities that could reshape aerial defense strategies across the alliance. The low-cost autonomous interceptor, launched from the back of a standard pickup truck, costs just $14,500 per unit, while effectively hunting enemy drones using multiple detection methods, including radio frequencies, radar, and thermal signatures. Polish, Romanian, and American forces participated in proving the system's battlefield dominance, with Merops already credited with destroying over 1,000 Russian drones in Ukraine operations, achieving a remarkable 13.1 cost-benefit ratios that makes it highly attractive for widespread deployment. Delivered to Poland and Romania under the Eastern Sentry initiative following Russian drone incursions into Polish airspace in September, the system is being fast-tracked across NATO as the most cost-effective shield yet against the growing drone threat along the alliance's eastern flank. The system's ability to integrate with multiple NATO radar systems, including the Italian RPS-42, demonstrates the alliance's commitment to developing interoperable defense solutions that can counter evolving Russian tactics while maintaining budgetary efficiency in an era of constrained defense spending. The United Kingdom's First Sea Lord General Sir Gwyn Jenkins has issued a stark warning that Britain risks losing its post-World War II naval dominance in the Atlantic unless defense spending receives urgent increases. His caution comes amid rising Russian naval incursions and the persistent presence of the Russian spy ship Yantar operating near UK territorial waters, which he describes as putting the country's naval advantage at real risk. Jenkins pointed to critical challenges including severe personnel shortage, an aging fleet of vessels, and mounting budget pressure across the entire military establishment as factors eroding Britain's maritime capabilities. In response to growing concerns over threats to critical undersea infrastructure, particularly vulnerable communication cables and energy pipelines, the UK has launched the Atlantic Bastion program, a sophisticated AI-driven network incorporating ships, submarine, aircraft, and autonomous systems specifically designed to protect these vital assets from potential Russian interference. The program represents a significant strategic shift toward integrated maritime security that acknowledges the changing nature of naval warfare in the 21st century, where hybrid threats require multi-domain solutions combining traditional naval power with advanced technology and intelligence capabilities. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has launched a fierce critic of Western nations, specifically targeting Poland, Germany, and neighboring countries for what he describes as reckless militarization that prioritizes military expansion over citizen welfare. Speaking with characteristic bluntness, Lukashenko argued that governments expanding their armed force while ordinary people struggles to survive demonstrates underlying political instability, even going so far as to mock Western leaders by questioning whether they go to a psychiatrist or not. He framed the military buildup along NATO's eastern flank as a manufactured threat designed primarily to justify increased defense spending and facilitate foreign military deployment near Belarusian territory. These remarks come amid escalating tensions along NATO's eastern borders and renewed concerns about security dynamics, propaganda campaigns, and inflammatory rhetorics in the region. Lukashenko's comments reflect Minsk's growing anxiety about the military posture on its western borders and serve as part of a broader narrative attempting to position Belarus as a victim of Western aggression rather than a willing participant in Russia's military alliance and its support for Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. South Korea scrambled fighter jets on December 9th after 7 Russian and 2 Chinese military aircraft entered its air defense identification zone, reigniting tensions in an already volatile region without actually violating South Korean airspace. The joint Russian-Chinese formation entered the Korea Air Defense Identification Zone around 10 a.m. local time and remained there for approximately 1 hour before departing, prompting Seoul to deploy tactical fighter aircraft as a precautionary measure. This incident underscores the growing strategic coordination between Beijing and Moscow, which has become increasingly evident through their joint military exercise and coordinated diplomatic positions on global issues. The timing is particularly sensitive as South Korean President Lee Jae-myung attempts to reset relations with North Korea, even suggesting a possible apology for past escalations, while Pyongyang continues to refuse dialogue and joint Sino-Russian patrols intensify around the Korean peninsula. The event highlights Seoul's difficult security position, caught between maintaining its alliance with the United States while facing increasing pressure from coordinated Russian and Chinese military activities that test South Korea's defense readiness and diplomatic flexibility on a regular basis. China has deployed one of its most powerful warships, the Type 055 destroyer Nanchang, as part of a carrier strike group operating near Japan, triggering significant regional tensions amid Japan's accelerated military expansion. Military analysts describe the Nanchang as a floating arsenal due to its formidable capabilities, including 112 vertical launch cells, advanced long-range sensors, and hypersonic anti-ship missiles that significantly enhance China's naval power projections. This deployment coincides with Japan's largest military expansion since World War II, as Tokyo accelerates the installation of new missile sites, radar systems, and electronic warfare units across the strategically vital Ryukyu Island, particularly on Yonaguni Island closest to Taiwan. The Chinese destroyer is operating alongside upgraded J-15B fighters on the Liaoning aircraft carrier, creating a powerful naval task force that demonstrate Beijing's growing maritime ambitions and willingness to challenge Japanese and American naval dominance in the region. This massive show of force comes as China expressed fury over Japan's expanding missile network close to Taiwan, which Beijing views as a direct threat to its claimed sovereignty over the island and a dangerous escalation that could destabilize the entire Western Pacific security architectures. If you have made it this far, congratulations, you have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. With Ukraine losing experienced pilots and key aircraft like the Su-27, while NATO deploys revolutionary counter-drone systems like Merops, do you believe technological innovation can overcome numerical disadvantage in modern warfare? Or will Russia's adaptive air defense ultimately dominate the skies over Ukraine despite Western technological advances? And why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Like the video, share this video with friends and family, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.